Centennial. Welcome back to episode 13 of The Loft. It is the first episode of 2021. I'm your host, Jane Zayas, and I hope you guys had an amazing break. This week, things will probably look a little bit different, but I hope you still enjoy the show.
Greetings, students. This is Mr. Campbell. I hope this message finds you all safe and healthy. Students, we miss you guys. We love you, and we wish you were here in our school buildings. It is my hope that everyone's remaining safe and healthy outside of school so we can all return very soon. Students, there's two things I want to talk to you about today. The first has to do with student attendance, particularly for those students that are learning online and remotely. Teachers will be taking attendance as normal. However, for our online students, it is important that you're not only present but engaged in the class while you're online. That way the teacher knows that you're actually there and can mark your attendance correctly. Second thing I want to talk to you guys about are grades. So fall 2020 grades are available via Infinite Campus. Students, you may notice that in some of your classes you received an I or an incomplete. That I grade was assigned if you did not complete at least 80% of your summative assignments from the fall semester. I have good news though. This spring semester, you will have an opportunity to receive a grade in that class and clear that I with your teacher. Based on the number of summatives you're missing, your teacher will provide you an assignment. Upon receiving that assignment, students will have 6 weeks to complete it. After completing that assignment, you will have the opportunity then to earn a grade and a credit for that class you received an I in. Students, it's very important that you take advantage of this opportunity. If you do not receive a credit for that class, it could eventually impact your graduation and also your school GPA. Students, the last thing I want to share with you guys is to make sure you keep your focus on education. There's a lot of things going on related to the pandemic, and also turn on the news and you'll find some things that can easily distract you from the goal that you have in place right now, which is getting your education. Even though you may not be in the building, or we haven't been in the building for the past 2 weeks, I encourage all of you to remain engaged. Your teachers, your counselors, support staff, and administrators are here for you. If you have questions, concerns, if you need help with anything, please reach out. Give us a call, send us an email. Reach out to us via Microsoft Teams. It's a great platform. But we do miss you guys, students. I hope you're all remaining safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you soon.
We're planting daffodils for the Daffodil Project, which is a Holocaust remembrance project where they try to plant 1.5 million daffodils for every kid who died in the Holocaust.
And also to raise awareness for humanitarian crises that are affecting children all around the world.
The daffodils will bloom, and since they're perennial, they'll bloom again every year.
This is going to be something that kids see for years and years, even after I leave Centennial.
And it's nice to do something to sort of help remember what happened.
Right here? Okay. Whoa. It's a little wobbly. Okay. Am I good? Okay. Seniors, if you haven't yet scheduled your session at a KD Studios location, remember the deadline to be included in the yearbook is January 28th. Wait, no. You gotta let me try that again. Come on, please. Okay, go. Thank you. Okay. There will be an opportunity to get your senior portrait taken at school on Thursday, January 21st, during or after the school day. If you would like to book a session for that date, please see the instructions posted to the seniors team page. Okay, I'm ready this time. Oh, come on, there was a fly! You gotta let me try one more time. One more time is all I need. Okay, thank you. You're the best, thank you. If you have any questions, please contact Mrs. Ma at fultonschools.org. Alright, this is it. This is the one.
Well, that sure was a 2020. But who cares, because we're free now. And to celebrate, how about we all go outside and take a nice long walk? Nope. Okay, maybe not. It looks like there's still a little bit more chaos that we have to deal with, but that's okay. All we have to do is just keep wearing our masks, keep social distancing. Oh, and there's this thing called school. I'd do that if I were you. But in the meantime, let's just all promise to stay safe. Like me! Okay, maybe not exactly like me.
Hey there, Centennial. Welcome back to another episode of Music Review. This semester we're going to be talking more about the elements of music, why the music that you listen to sounds the way that it does. And in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about a musical device that's become so popular in hip-hop and rap that for many people it doesn't even need an introduction. This week we're going to be talking about the 808. The TR-808 rhythm composer was developed and released by Roland in the 1980s. However, due to its unusual drum samples, it was considered a commercial failure and only sold about 12,000 units. As the 80s progressed though, the 808 became more popular due to its low price on the used market, as well as its ease of use. The 808 has an array of unique sounds, including its huge booming kick drum which sounds like this, short hi-hats which sound like this, and snappy snares that sound like this. This week's track isn't a hip-hop or rap track, it's actually more of a dance track. This is Doing It Right by Daft Punk off their fourth album, Random Access Memories. Daft Punk uses the huge 808 kick drum to accent the vocals as well as to provide some syncopation, and the snares and the hi-hats help to fill out the rest of the drum track. The track itself is pretty basic, only consisting of about 5 or 6 layers. However, the complexity of each track helps contribute to the overall mix. And that's it for this week's Centennial. I hope that now you can go and find the 808 in all its prevalence in the music that you listen to. Stay safe, Centennial, and happy listening.
Hello there.
Why, hello.
That doesn't belong to you.
back with mine.
We'll try. I'm not letting you get away with this holocron. If that's what you want.
Hey Centennial, this is your reminder to keep wearing your mask. You don't want to get sick, you don't want to be exposed. Just do the right thing and wear your mask.
Hi, we're here at the Macedonia Cemetery in Johns Creek, Georgia.
Our goal is to raise money to preserve the history of the cemetery for generations to come.
And today we have some guests from the Johns Creek Historical Society to tell us more about what was previously on this land.
I'm Joan Compton. I'm the president and one of the co-founders of the Johns Creek Historical Society. I'm going to give a brief history of the Macedonia Cemetery, and I'm going to start by talking about the land we're standing on right now. This actually was part of the Cherokee territory in the early 1800s, really until 1838 when the Cherokee were pushed out. We were in the Hickory Log District, and the people who lived here in the early 1800s were large farm owners, or some of them were even, you could call them plantation owners. They did have slaves, and so that's part of the story of this cemetery. As far as the history of this land, who owned it originally, as far as we know with the records, when it was Cherokee, it was George Morgan Waters. He did have 100 slaves. We do know that one of his slaves is buried here. After George was pushed out because he was Cherokee, he lost his land. He tried to buy it back, he was not successful. So after George Morgan left, Jackson Graham was the owner. I think the cemetery is important because in Johns Creek we have very little physical tie to our history. Most of the buildings have been torn down, so there are very few structures here. So there's very little where you can travel around Johns Creek and actually feel connected to the history. The cemeteries here is one way that you can, in particular this one, because the history is pretty rich. Aside from the slaves that are buried here, which are only a few compared to all the other people that are buried here, what I'm finding from the genealogy is it looks like most of them are first and second generation descendants from slaves who would have worked this land too. So I think that's important as well.
Hi, my name's Kirk Kennedy, and I am a board member of Johns Creek Historical Society. Well, one of the key elements of converting this cemetery and church grounds into a memorial garden is one of the things, if you look behind me, the large trees that weren't here when these people were originally buried, those have to come out. And then we have to do a ground penetrating radar to find the additional graves. And that's when we talk about clearing the land, we're talking about the pine trees. So once we have the land cleared, do the ground penetrating radar, then we've got to mark all the unmarked graves, and then we come along with the landscaping. While we're doing this, we're also going to be repairing. Some of these headstones are broken, some are buried under debris, and we have to retrieve those and restore them. We want to make sure that this place is held as a kind of a retreat, and we hold a history to this area. And it's a prime piece of land in the middle of Johns Creek. Most of the land in Johns Creek is, gone. And we want to maintain and hold this piece of property so it doesn't get developed and it stays in its natural state.
With what stillness at last you appear in the valley, your first sunlight reaching down to touch the tips of a few high leaves that do not stir. As though they had not noticed, and did not know you at all. Then the voice of a dove calls, from far away in itself, to the hush of the morning. Are you ready? To the New Year by W.S. Merwin.
Good afternoon, Centennial. My name is John F. Kennedy, President of the United States at one point, until I lost my mind, if you know what I mean. But anyways, that's away from the point. The point is, I have been known to be a treasure trove of famous quotes. But today, seniors, the ball is in your court. Okay, please go to the seniors team page to find a form to turn in your senior quote for the yearbook. The deadline to turn them in is Tuesday, January 19th. And please, keep them clean. That will be all. And remember, ask not what your school can do for you, but what your school can do for... Good day.
Oh, what's up, Centennial? Seniors, it's our time to submit our senior baby pictures for the yearbook. Okay, so I've been doing this announcement for 2 years now, but finally this year I'm a senior, so I'm really excited that I get to be a part of it. So, seniors, email a digital copy of your baby picture to Mrs. Ma at ma@fultonschools.org, and make sure to include your first and last name. The deadline to submit your baby picture is January 19th, Tuesday. Can I leave now? See you, Centennial.
In every program, you will find that one exceptional person. Jonathan Wright is one of the founders and directors of the Chamber Music Festival, a week-long summer event that pre-COVID would give scholarship money for students to attend the festival. Now in the pandemic, in search of a way to still give back, Jonathan reached out to Mrs. Landro for an exceptional student to donate an instrument to. That student was Anaya Tucker. Anaya's passion for cello and drive as a student made her an obvious choice for this donation. Anaya and her father were brought in to supposedly test out some cellos and select her favorite. Then, the true nature of the visit was revealed.
How are you?
Good.
So I work with a nonprofit. I'm the co-founder and co-director of the Atlanta Chamber Music Festival, and we'd like to buy this cello for you.
As in, like, you're going to take it home, you get to go pick out the case that you want. It's your cello. That's nice. Thank you.
While a little quiet on the surface, Anaya was ecstatic to be gifted the instrument, along with a complimentary cello case in a search for a teacher to strengthen her ability. Because for an exceptional student like Anaya, this was just the first step in her path to greatness.
Oh hey there, I'm Cody Gagecole. You might know me for my notable roles as the one who tackled Jackson Courtney, or that shady guy in the music video. Or for my less notable roles in, I don't know, Pulp Fiction, The Hunger Games, movies like that. But today I'm just here to give you guys a little update. Yeah, like an update of what's going on this week. What should we call that? I'm here to give you news. First up on news, a cat showed up at a person's door after 3 years of thinking it was missing. Now this cat was missing after a mudslide that affected this family a lot, and it showed up at a local shelter after 3 years of thinking it was dead. Now this just goes to show that cats are not from this world. They don't die. Second up on news, Betty White is turning 99 this year. That is insane. She plans to celebrate by bringing back a 31-episode series called Pet Set that she hosted. Now, I feel like I need to have some of the optimism and drive that Betty White has just to keep on going through life. But, I mean, 99, good for her. Congratulations, Betty White. Lastly on news, science recently has showed that dire wolves do not look how they are portrayed on Game of Thrones. Now this is insane, at least in my personal opinion, because how could any medieval fiction show anything not scientifically true? I mean, that's just insane. Anyways, I'm Cody Gagecole, and this has been News.
My name is James Jacoby. I teach world history at Centennial, and I am the swim and dive coach here. I've been coaching just local neighborhood swim rec league swimming since I was about a sophomore in high school. And then, once I graduated from college and became a teacher, I knew I wanted to continue to coach swimming at the high school level. This experience, I grew up swimming my whole life. My whole family's a bunch of swimmers. And I've always had more of a passion for actually coaching it rather than myself being in the water. So that's I've just been surrounded by swimming and the pool my entire life. So swim and dive this year, we've had a past couple of really strong seasons, and it's looking to be more of the same this year. The meets that we have had have gone very well. We're a small team compared to a lot of the teams in the area, but that doesn't make up for our lack of quality. We are probably one of the best teams, person for person, in the entire state, just with the quality of swimmers we have on our team. So our team this year, we're wrapping up our meets in the next week or so, and then we will go to state. We've podiumed at state the last 3 or 4 years in a row, and we're hoping to make it another year this year, getting on the podium. It's really competitive. We have a lot of great swimmers, but I think we're also a very fun team. We really enjoy hanging out with each other. All the swimmers get along. I think it's a pretty fun sport. And so anybody out there who's interested in joining swimming, please don't hesitate to reach out. Come join our team. Come get to experience it all.
Today we're looking at a plant called wild daffodil. This plant is a common ornamental plant famous for its pale yellow flowers with a bright yellow central trumpet. These specific wild daffodil aren't currently blooming though. The long narrow leaves are a slightly grayish-green in color and rise from the base of the stem. This plant is also called a Lent lily for its long association with Easter celebrations. It also got its Latin name, Narcissus, from an ancient Greek myth. With that, I'll see you next time on Plant Identification.
Okay, Centennial, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of 2021. I can't wait to see you guys in person, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. You're watching The Loft.